How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video on the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my headliners predictions for the new headliners promo coming out very soon. This prediction only includes, I think, 15 players. Last year we ended up getting 2 teams, so there was over 20. So I'll give you some of my honorable mentions as well. But we're going to go over a list of players that I think deserve to get in just based off performances this year. For those that don't know, before we start, the way that a player gets in is he needs at least one inform already this year or one performance-based upgrade, whether it's team of the tournament, man of the match, etc. The base card has to be under 90, so we'll get right into it. The first one, obviously on the screen right now, BAMBA. BAMBA had a really good season. He had 2 informs. He won a Player of the Month, so he's kind of an easy choice. There's not too many selections from the French league that I had, so I think he's going to do very well. I think he's going to get in. It'll be a nice card that will hopefully upgrade even more. Next up, we have DIOGO JOTA, and I mean, this guy has been a monster for Liverpool before I believe he got hurt, so he's played very well. I think likely he'll end up getting one of these cards. EA seemed to like this card quite a bit, considering he's been featured quite a few times, so I expect him to probably get one as well. Next we have Bruno Fernandes. Now Bruno Fernandes has like 3 informs. He's got a Player of the Month. And for United, he's been absolutely insane. I have a feeling this guy's going to be kind of the star face of the promo. I think he's going to be one that really, is kind of, it's going to be centered around, and he's going to be a card that's very, very in demand. Next up, we have GUERREIRO here, and he's had a really good season for Dortmund, and I think he's going to end up getting a left back card here. A really, really good card. I really think he's going to be a fun one to use. And it'll be good for the Bundesliga teams. There's not really too many left backs that are superb in that league right now, so I feel like this is going to be a really great card to have. Next up, we have LOZANO. This guy has had multiple informs already this year as well, and just for Napoli, he's been an insane player. He's going to be an insane super sub, I think, for people to use. Not too many people have these these Serie A teams, but 99 pace. I mean, this is going to be a card that you don't want to play against in a weekend league. And this guy is becoming more and more overpowered as he gets more and more upgrades, and I think he's going to be a good one to have, heading into the later stages. And next up, we have Haaland here. The card has been this guy's been an absolute beast for the last year. Again, I think he's like number 2 for highest average match rating so far in the Bundesliga, just under Lewandowski, who isn't eligible for a card, I think. And he got one last year, so I can't see him getting 2 headliners in a row. But this guy, he's insane. He's going to get one, and he'll likely get upgraded a lot. Next up, we have Theo Hernandez, and Theo Hernandez has had multiple upgrades as well. I think he's at two informs now. He's gotten some other cards too, and this guy's been performing really, really well for Milan too. Really great card, and he is going to be a fun one to use. I mean, looking at the stats that this guy has, he's going to be about 99 pace. I'm sure he's going to get more upgrades as the season goes on. And this card is just going to be a really, really fun one to use. Next up, we have Thomas Muller. Muller is a card I wanted to include from Bayern. I think he gets the Bayern card because he's had a really good season. He hasn't had too many special cards either. We saw Lewandowski get a headliner last year, so I have a feeling they're going to give this one to Muller, who's played very well, and he's kind of been that quiet guy. Now, if Muller isn't in, there is a good shout for Team of the Year. There's been some questions on whether he'll get in or not, and if we see Muller in this promo, that means his Team of the Year hopes are likely off, because last year, any headliner that was in the game, he was given a card that wasn't in Team of the Year. So no Team of the Year cards were able to get one. So headliners will be nice in the fact that, seeing some players who have played well will be able to tell if they're going to get in Team of the Year or not. So this is a card I'm actually watching for. I think he's going to get just left out of Team of the Year, and I think he'll end up getting a headliner card. Next up, we have TAVERNIER. I mean, this guy has been insane, and this card is going to be insane. He's literally a Hullet gang at right back, so he's going to be a really fun one to use, and I'm excited to see this card come into the game. There's not much more to say. The guy has gotten multiple informs as well in FIFA, meaning that he's a top selection to get into this promo. Next up, we have TRIPPIER here. Now, I know, 2 English right backs in a row. I think, TRIPPIER would be spread out into a second team maybe, just because he's played very well for Atletico. He's had, an inform. And again, we're kind of limited on right backs from that La Liga side too. And I think, you know, a live card from there would be a really fun one to use, because other than that, I mean, we have Carvajal, and I don't think we have any more La Liga ones, considering that La Liga is a heavy meta, you know, with Varane and stuff like that. I think, and even the Joe Gomez one too, you know, we're looking at a card that could link Joe Gomez and, you know, Trippier to Messi and stuff like that. So a really, really fun card that I think hopefully will end up coming into the game. Next up, we have Jamie Vardy, and he is coming to the end, or we're coming to the end of the list here. Jamie Vardy, you know, we needed a striker from the Prem, and I thought Jamie Vardy was a really good selection. I mean, he's played very well. He's got a few special cards, and I think, you know, he might be able to sneak into a potential, you know, headliner team. Next up, we have Ollie Watkins, and again, we have a few strikers here. They all just happen to have the alphabetical order last name. Ollie Watkins has had a good season. If Vardy doesn't get in, likely we'll end up seeing Ollie Watkins get in. You know, he had a really good start to the season. Same with DCL. The reason why I didn't include Calvert-Lewin into this one was because he's been very quiet the last 2 months, where Ollie Watkins, at least, he had like 3 assists the other day. He's gotten, you know, quite a few different informs and stuff like that. So I'd imagine we're going to see Ollie Watkins in this promo at one point. He's been a really sick card, and I think, you know, him getting a live card will be a really fun one, you know, especially because Villa are very good this year, as well as Ollie Watkins himself has been great. If not Ollie Watkins, maybe we'll see Grealish too. Next up, we have Zaha, and this is actually going to conclude my prediction list. Again, Zaha, he's been really good for Palace. Palace obviously, you know, aren't superb, but, you know, I think Zaha deserves a live card, considering he's gotten a few informs as well this year. And, you know, I'd imagine that, you know, this card will be one that's fun to use. As far as some of the honorable mentions go, obviously, you know, there's a few cards that could have gotten that I didn't include. Benzema is one, you know, Mkhitaryan, Soler. Those kind of guys have played very, very well. Again, I mentioned Jack Grealish. It's going to be either him or Watkins that gets into the team. You know, these guys have been really, really superb all year. And I think, you know, we're definitely going to end up seeing some of these guys on the list get in the team. I try to include some that had multiple informs because EA, again, are picking based off their game. Keep in mind, it's players who have gotten performance-based informs, not so much guys who have just played well overall this year. And plus, it's got to make sense. You know, Team of the Year cards can't get in. So I'd imagine we likely won't see Lewandowski. We won't see those kind of big boys. Plus, from what I've heard, you know, the base card has to be over or under 90 rated in order for him to get into the team. Anyways, that'll wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like. Let me know who you guys think is going to get into the team. You know, headliners coming out likely in a few days, so, you know, it's coming fast. Again, thanks for watching. Till next time, guys. Peace.